the record, I'm City Councilor at Large Steve Murphy. I'm in my 13th year as a member of the Boston City Council. And I've been a full-time at-large member since I got on in January of 1997. Many of the things that I think I can point to as stuff that began kind of at my desk, things that we all have come to know about are like the living wage. A few years ago, I was a co-author of bringing Boston, having Boston be the first city in Massachusetts to adopt a living wage, which is for those of you, and I'm sure many in this audience probably do know what it is, but it's kind of an hourly rate that we're willing to pay way above the nominal mean rate that we're required to pay by law. The idea was that there are a lot of people working in jobs that for city contractors and even in city jobs themselves that weren't being able to raise a family, let alone feed themselves in the city. And currently the living wage rate is indexed at $12.55 an hour in the city, and we require all contracts that are sent out to the city of Boston to ascribe to and pay that living wage. Other things I've done, the ordinance on the books on dangerous dogs was something that I wrote back a few years ago. The licensing of bicycle couriers, we had a horrific accident of where Bill Spring, who was a member of the Boston School Committee, was nearly killed by a bicycle courier on Beacon Street on the sidewalk. He was walking home, so they're required to be licensed now and through the police department. I have other things I'm going to talk about. The countdown crosswalk signals that you see pretty much all over the place now. I was on a couple of years struggle to bring those to the city. I found them actually down in Washington, D.C., where the boulevards are a little bit wider than they are here. And said, isn't this interesting? People actually have a fighting chance as this thing cuts them. Oh, I see my time is up. I'm sorry. I have a bunch of other things I've done in this past 2-year term. The ordinance around the cleaning of grease vents after the tragic Tahoe fire was something that I co-authored actually, but started at my desk. We did a city council piece that was unanimously supported that I wrote that would ask city councilors to put their financial obligations down on paper and in public so everybody knows what everybody has in terms of finances and stuff. Something the state had been doing for many, many years. When we had the issue on the retirement board last year with people taking up to 5 and 6 years after being injured, going out, retiring, and being paid at 100% rate, I tightened up the regulations around the retirement board. So those are some of the things I've done. I go in there every day and I try to do this full time. This is my full-time avocation. And frankly, I think I'm doing what I need to be doing. So I appreciate the time to come here.
Okay, so my name is Benjamin Daniel. I'm a JP Progressives, and I'm going to ask you a few questions. Okay.